Take 5 with Ricovibes, the ultimate in entertainment. Live interviews, social commentary, and so much more. Go tell somebody you're now locked into Take 5 with Ricovibes.
What's up, everybody? It's yours truly, Ricovibes. This is Take 5. I got a special guest in the building, DJ Yowdy. What's up, man? How you doing?
I've been good, man. Everything just been good. A lot of things been buzzing for me so far ever since I entered here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
How long you been here?
So far, I've been here for 2 years.
Okay.
But I haven't been on the scene for almost a year now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're from originally where?
From the U.S. Virgin Islands.
VI. Which one?
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
I'm from Nada Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know much about St. Thomas. I used to live in St. Croix though. I lived in Cruz. Years ago, like back in the 80s.
Cruz man.
yes. I lived there. I'm originally from Nevis, but I lived in Cruz for a couple of years. So I like St. Croix. St. Thomas is a little bit too fast for me.
Too fast for you, man.
Yeah.
St. Thomas is more like the city, you know what I mean? That's where everybody out in tourists will normally go to St. Thomas more than St. Croix.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what school did you go to there?
So I attended both high schools there in St. Thomas. Each island has 2 high schools.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so
I know there's Central High and
Central, and you have Complex in St. Croix. So St. Thomas, you have Charlotte Malia High School, and you have Ibani Durakan High School.
Okay, so you went to both of those.
I went to both, and I spent 2 years in Charlotte Malia High School, and then I spent my last 2 years in Ibani Durakan High School.
Okay. All right. Well, were you a good student?
That's when I was a troublemaker.
You was a troublemaker. Okay.
But I was DJing at the time.
Okay. So you started DJing a long time.
A long time. I started DJing when I was 13 years old. Really and truly, my brother brought the DJ program to me when I was 12.
Okay.
It's called Virtual DJ, and he said that DJ Avalanche would normally use this type of program. Well, he assumed that DJ Avalanche would use that type of program.
Avalanche is one of the biggest DJs to come out of the VI.
That's facts.
Right.
I always respected Avalanche.
Right.
He brought the program to me, and he was like, "This is what the program DJ Avalanche use on the radio station." So I was like, all right, I'll give it a try.
Right.
You know what I mean? I started mingling with the program, and I was like, I think I want to be a DJ.
Okay.
So I've been doing it from middle school all the way up to high school.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So I built my name through high school.
Okay.
Really and truly. And after I graduated in my 4th year of high school, I was booked to DJ for one of the festivals, which was St. John Music Festival, and that was in 2018. That was in 2018. In 2018, I was booked. That was like, okay, cool. I'm a high school graduate. I'm booked for my first festival, and I met Benny Dimas, Akon personal DJ, for the first time, and then I met RC, and I was like, okay, this is my opportunity. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I got the recognition I got when I first DJed there. When I DJed there, I started getting a lot of bookings. The next day after, people calling me up, they want me DJ here, they want me DJ there. I DJ all over the island. I traveled to St. Croix, Then went to St. Croix, then went to St. John, St. Thomas. I even went to the British Virgin Islands and DJ.
All of those places.
Yeah.
Okay.
I even traveled to Canada once. That was once a little it was a little event thingy. And then after that, I was booked through Star Time Promotions. Levi in 2019. Okay. So after I DJ for the Wet Fed in St. Thomas, he booked me for VI All the Way here in Atlanta. Gotcha. So I was like, I came here, I didn't know much about the scene. It was different. I think I was going to come here, you know what I mean, like meet people and stuff, but it was a whole different vibe.
So you have no family here?
I have family here.
Okay,
I have a
luckily
lot of,
you had some family here. Right.
I have a lot of family here.
Right.
It's just that I came here thinking it was going to be easy.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha. But
it was like a whole different vibe. Like started learning more about different music cultures. I was like, I wasn't even exposed about, so it took me a while to, set my crates up and everything.
Right.
But when I, like I said, when I came up here, I met a lot of DJs, you know what I mean? I meet DJ Unruly, meet Rome. I meet Super Tech. I meet DJ Pete. From Dead Zone
Dead
songs.
Zone, correct.
Yeah. So it's like, what I mean. It was good to meet all these different DJs. So it was, my biggest question was to myself, where I gonna start? Like, how I gonna start? Because you get booked once, that's it. You know what I mean? You got branch your way around.
Right.
So
Correct.
I didn't have the ride at the time. So after that, I stopped for a minute. I had to
Okay.
go to school, get my certification in electrical,
Right.
and then I went to Brunswick for a good 8 months. But I was still back and forth in Atlanta. So after I finished, I came back. I was trying to say I could go back home, but it didn't make no sense. I mean,
Gotcha.
you got to think big. You can't think small. You can't go back.
Yeah.
So I decided to stay. And after that, I say I couldn't go anywhere because I didn't have a ride. I mean, I had to save up for a car, everything. That's what I did, and I just started networking around. So I said to myself, "Hey, man, like I gotta start somewhere." So I met Shatta the Foreigner. So I met Shatta at a nightclub. I don't know if you remember the little spot they used to had, Crushmore used to had before
On Rockbridge?
Rockbridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't remember the name of it right now either, but I know the spot you're talking about. Yeah.
So I met Shatta the Foreigner there, and then ever since then, we started branching together, working together, and then from there on, I was like, I DJ'd. DJ Unruly introduced me to Fresh Station.
Oh, Slacky.
The Fresh.
What's the Fresh Station?
The Fresh Station. I DJ'd.
Fresh Station would be Lotus.
Lotus. Yeah, so that's when
One Drop.
I met One Drop when it was back in the Virgin Islands.
Okay.
That's when it was Levi Party. So it was One Drop Sounds, DJ Avalanche, Malcolm Vex, Super Tech, and then it was me.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was after I DJ for the Wet Fed. It was
Right.
they had a next event they normally do, last
Gotcha.
event, and that's why I DJ for, and I that's when he traveled. I traveled up
Gotcha.
here for VI all the way.
Gotcha.
So DJ Unruly introduced me to Fresh Station. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, Fresh Station bad.
Right.
That's when I met Lotus. Lotus probably didn't remember me at the time because I had braids.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I had braids at the time, so I was like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? He daps me up and thing and what's not, and then I just started DJing on the Fresh Station for 2-3 shows, and that's it. And then I went to exclusive radio.
Okay.
Met Bowie. I met Slacky, and I met Mr. B. I met Mr. B and Slacky at first,
Okay.
and then Bowie. I met Bowie at the time too. After them.
But look, back, have you always wanted to be on radio as a DJ, or just
I've
it
been
just
doing
happened?
no. So what happened? Like, that's a good question right there. So I've been doing radio since I was 16 years old.
Okay, in the VI.
In the VI.
Okay.
So I DJ'd for Vivid Streaming.
Okay.
It's Rashidi.
Right.
Right. One of Tim Duncan's best friends. So I DJ'd for his radio station. He has a online radio station called Vivid Stream. He has one.
I'm aware of it. Yeah.
Oh, St. Thomas and St. Croix.
Yeah,
Okay, Rico. I gotta give you
I keep
props for that.
up on those things. I keep up on those things. You know.
So, really and truly, how that started was I was still in high school.
Okay.
So every time I finished school, I always go straight to the radio station. I even sometimes skip school to go to the radio station.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like into the radio, like, hey, like I go on the radio, I play, you know what I mean? And then I was scared. I stopped. The first person I interviewed on that radio station was Rudy Live.
Okay.
Rudy was my first artist I interviewed, and she gave me my first doublet, and I still got that doublet ever since then.
Wow.
When
Rudy's she's a good person.
Man, Rudy is
person.
like one of the best.
Yeah.
Like I have a man in my life still up to this day, you know what I mean? And I can always give her props because she was the one I first interviewed in my life, you know, as an artist on radio. That's when I was 16 years old. I'm 24 now.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I have to big up Rudy Live for that too, and Rashidi. But really and truly, everything I branch off, experience something since I was a kid.
Gotcha.
Back in the Virgin Islands through radio and DJing. I didn't really had interest going back into radio, really and truly. I just brought at the top. Radio just came back to me when I realized that people in my generation think that radio wasn't a big deal. You know what I
It's
mean?
funny you should say that because a lot of people don't listen to radio anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they have the streaming services now and all that, so nobody really listens to radio anymore. So it's funny a young person as yourself really think that radio is important.
And that's why I was like, you know what? When I first experiencing the scene here, I was like, everybody wants to be the best in the scene. I was like, but like, why not try something else?
Right.
So I decided I want to do radio. So I decided to do radio, start pushing stuff, you know what I mean, getting artists into, that's when my exclusive radio, you know what I mean. I started pushing a lot of artists in there, and the show started getting flair. I had people from overseas in the Virgin Islands calling in, Florida, you know what I mean, here. People from overseas wanted interviews and stuff on the radio, wanted to do live streaming, you know what I mean, and it was good, it was dope. I even posted a post on Facebook, and the heck went viral.
Wow.
I said, hey, I need artists from the U.S. Virgin Islands. I DJ for a Caribbean station here in Atlanta, and I need to get some music. I want to blast some Caribbean music on there.
Gotcha.
The status ended up getting 185 reactions.
Wow.
And 200 shares.
Wow.
It was crazy because I was like, wow, like I could just say anything, like that could, try get people music heard,
right? And
they would share it. But like I said, I was big before I came up here in the islands, and I mean, I said my name is known from back home. It's just that when I came up here, I thinking, okay, cool, it gonna be that easy. Nah, it wasn't that easy.
You gotta build it all over again.
It wasn't that
easy. You gotta build it all over again, bro.
And that's why I learned, you know what I mean? And then I decided to, leave the Caribbean scene for a minute and then try branch off someplace else to see how I could go about. I was like, let me look at any other Caribbean radio stations to work on, you know what I mean? But I was like, nah, I gotta see something else. Then I find them. You know what I mean? Reach out to them. They reach back to me like the next day after. They want to schedule an interview with me on the radio station. And
which station is this?
That's 94.7 Link.
Okay.
The online, it's a mainstream radio station.
Right.
Odyssey, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Roku TV, everything. And it's crazy because I didn't expect to be on that radio station. I didn't expect to be I gonna be working for basically the manager for Soulja Boy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, wow, like it's a big deal. Yeah. So it's like
right place, right time.
Right place, right time. Because at the time, you know what I mean, things start flaring up about me leaving there. So I didn't really take it to the heart. But then again, I also have to realize I gotta stay humble. When I first started going in the scene, it was a lot of this and that. I used to watch a lot of DJs get booked. I used to get jealous a lot. And I'm like, I'm trying my best, you know what I mean, and I'm still not getting booked. But now, I'm like, I had to move out that mentality, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? I couldn't watch people getting booked and getting mad over stuff because I got realized, hey man, like I gotta put myself out there. It's not gonna come to me anymore. So now, ever since I joined that station and I saw that the attention I was getting, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be in here. I'm gonna be here every single weekend. So if I don't get booked on a weekend, on a Pacific day, I'm gonna be in there. Gotcha. Networking, planning for my other shows. That's what I do. I plan for my shows. You know what I mean? Artists now hitting me up to try and go on that radio station, to do radio station interviews. Yeah, it's a good opportunity. And now I started to put on Caribbean DJs on there now to spin as a special guest DJ and I interview them on that platform because, you know what I mean, everybody want to get an opportunity. Absolutely. So I gonna give them the opportunity too. I didn't have the opportunity, you know what I mean, but I decided I just can't think about myself. I gotta think about other people who want to get that opportunity too. So I just shining light. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't shine light, but I have a good heart. I have a good heart. You know what I mean? I come to realize that, you know what I mean, you gotta think big. I don't want to be big just in the reggae and soca scene. I want to be bigger than the reggae answer because I want to be international.
Gotcha.
So from you to be big, you gotta think big.
Yeah.
And the part I following is the part of DJ Cash, Jalion Sounds. I want to be on them Mixmaster David. I want to be on them
That level.
them platforms on radio. You know what I mean? Because like I say, people look down on radio.
Yeah.
And it's really like podcasts like you too. I'm a big fan of your work.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And I watch all your interviews, and I like Ricovibes like talks a lot of good stuff on his shows and stuff. So I like I need to step up my game just like him too.
Right.
So that's what I started to do too. I'm starting to do into the interviews, not just DJing, bro.
Right.
You got the thing is with people is that you gotta think about who gonna bring an audience.
Right.
You know what I mean? You gotta think.
At the end of the day, it's showbiz.
Yeah, it's showcase. So you gotta think about what gonna bring an audience to your show. Right. You know what I mean? The best about my talent, I had known about which artist was gonna bring an audience, which interviews gonna flare up. That's the thing I have with exclusive radio. I brought a set of young guys from the Virgin Islands that they was known called West Bank Records. One artist had a song with Frito Bang. The next artist had a song with the next one had a song with Prince Swanee, and the other one had a song with Key Glock.
Okay.
So I brought them to the station, and then the Facebook Live had over 102 views, bro. It's right there still on their platform.
Wow.
Still there on exclusive platform. Big up to my exclusive radio. Like I say, I have the talent, and I still do, because the second interview, my cousin, she go by the name of Minnie Mosa, and she come out with her own style of music, and she went viral. So I was like, you know what? Let me do an interview with her real quick.
Yep.
So I made the flyer. The flyer went viral. Virgin Islands viral. And 2 weeks after, I decided to want to bring a DJ. I want to make a DJ from Synchro. He want to come on the station and spin. So I was like, let me make the flyer for that. That went viral too. People think it was a clash, but it's not.
VI support VI.
VI support VA. You check. So really and truly, it's all about what you know gonna bring that attention.
That audience.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's the talent I had. Gotcha. That's the talent I was like, I was happy because I was like, we need these viewers. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's all about the numbers at the end of the day. Numbers. You know what I mean?
Is there anybody that you want to interview, like your dream interview?
Boy. Let me see. Man, that's a big question for real. That's a good question. Like,
because when I was starting out in the business, I was like yourself. There's certain people that I say, I gotta, I want to interview them. And then once I got that interview, I felt, okay, I've accomplished something. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I don't have a favorite person, and I really don't. But if it does come to that idea, man, I would say Benny Demas, man. Icon person, DJ. Okay. So Benny Demas always been my icon ever since I started the game. I always wanted to meet Benny Demas. Okay. And
what about Rock City?
Rock City, man, that's my family.
That's your family.
And my Pressure Boss Baby is my family too.
Like blood family.
Blood family.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So I have family.
So talent runs in the family.
A lot.
Okay, that's what's up.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just chasing your dream. You want to be outside. You can't be lazy with it at all. You can't play around with your dreams, your money. You can't, because at the end of the day, you marketing yourself. You know what I mean? So that's what I've been doing. I've been pushing myself out there. I ain't been slowing down at all. Like I just, like I say, if I don't get booked for a Saturday or Sunday, I'll be in that radio station in Brooklyn. Okay.
What's your ultimate goal though? Because like we all have a goal at the end of the tunnel. You say we're gonna start being a radio personality because we want to get to this level, and then when we get to that level, we want to get to that level. I
want to own my own radio station.
Okay.
That's my goal. Okay. My goal is to own my own platform, big as 94.7 Link.
Okay. All right. That's attainable.
Yeah.
That's attainable. How does your family feel about what you do?
Man, let me tell you about that. When I first started DJing, my father never support my dreams.
Really?
My father used to tell me, he used to beat me with a belt, tell me go to school, get all that radio
But that's a typical Caribbean father or parents, though.
Yeah. But my father support me big time now, like how I is right now to see, because he always get a lot of good comments from people from back home seeing what I doing up here. So my father always call me, he always check up on me. He always make sure you get paid, don't do this for free. I be sometimes telling him, you know what I mean, that's when I first started here. Sometimes I did some stuff for free.
You got to.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You got to. That's just the business.
That's how the game is, you know what I mean? So ain't nothing I could really say about that.
Right.
That's just you being out there, trying to spread your name out there. So, but my father support me big time now. I really love him. David Peterson.
That's good.
Also, my mother, Felicia Prentice, she support me big time, and so I have, like I said, I have a lot of people, back, especially family, love what I doing. Friends too, people I don't even know, man. Even the big bands and from back home support what I do.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
That's good. I mean, what I admire about Virgin Islands is that VI stick together, man.
Man, we always stick together.
They stick together.
Always. You have to, man, because I mean, I don't see what's the point of competition.
Right.
I mean, I have competition. I have
course,
a lot.
you're in a business that breathes competition.
Yeah.
But it's for you to do what you're doing, and you're putting in the work to stand out, and that's what it takes. You gotta stand out.
And like I have my own lane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I glad I have my own lane, to the fact that, especially when you post me up for the awards, I was like, he recognized me. That's cool.
Oh yeah, I pay attention to talent.
You even know when I started, you even know when I first started, I wasn't really good with mixing and stuff.
But I've heard you got much better.
Yeah,
much better.
Much better. Yeah. And like I said, it's all about me just experiencing through the game so far. You know what I mean? I love it here. Like I tell my mother, I tell my friends.
So you would never live back in the VI?
I want to move back to the VI. Nope.
Opportunities are not as they are here, obviously.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back there DJing for a couple of events. I'm looking to go back home for 2 weeks in November. So down there, I'll be down there DJing for a couple events, Crush Nightclub, all them these different stuff. So it's definitely gonna be good when I come back in November. Also too, I really like working with a lot of people.
Gotcha.
And I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to be on that level with Jala and Sounds. All of them. And I'm big.
They're a good influence. I mean, he represents the VI, obviously. You know, obviously Pressure and all, everybody represents the VI. So you got a good set of role models. Absolutely. How can folks follow you? Where can they listen to you? Do you have, give them your social media?
So usually I think behind the back of my shirt, I don't want to stand up.
Right.
But you can follow me on Instagram. That's DJ_Yowdy. You can also follow me on my TikTok. That's DJ_Yowdy1. You can follow me on my Snapchat. That's DJ_Yowdy. And you can also find me on Facebook. That's DJ Yowdy, all caps, at DJ Yowdy.
Okay. The Yowdy though, where do you get that?
So talking about that too, man, Rico, man, that's a nice question. So the idea when I brought up that name, I was a kid. I was like 11, 12 years old. I was this is way before I started DJing.
Okay.
I was playing video games in Tutu Park Mall.
Okay.
And I was like, I had a lot of interest in. My mother used to date a guy who owned the Audi.
Okay.
And then, back then when I was 11, 12, people used to hate each other up like yow. So I was like, this and that, Yowdy. You know what I mean? The car and that slang.
Right.
Yowdy. So I was like, that's how I come up with
different.
the name.
That's different.
I think of ways. I have ideas that just come to me and I just use them. You know what I mean? So.
And it's marketable, Yowdy.
Yeah, man. I have created everything, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your goals is to branch off into podcasting as well, you said, right?
So DJing, radio, and podcasting.
Okay. I mean, podcasting is the future.
Yeah. And especially if I do decide to stop DJing, I still have something to branch off of.
Right. I mean, but you're young in the DJ business.
Yeah. And trust me, man. Like I like to see. I love competition. I ain't gonna lie to you. I love competition. I the man. When I see a wicked DJ, like for example, like I would say Proper English, DJ CJ, Star, Navis Bomb. Like I'm a big fan of him.
Right.
All these different guys, especially Super Tech. Super Tech is a big icon. Super Tech, me and Super Tech have connections. Like as DJ Pete. DJ Pete knew me from since I was a kid.
Gotcha.
And I used to been in his nightclub and since I was a kid and stuff. I even DJed for a couple of his events. Yeah. Before I came up here.
Would you ever get into the Clash arena like Super is?
That's the role. That's the rule I tried to bring to Super.
Okay.
But we can't talk too this about that. But I would get into the class. Yes, I would, because like I said, that's a next room I haven't experienced, but I seen clashes, and I definitely like to be in a clash. I don't own my own dubs, but like I say, putting the money.
I mean, you just got into it, so you know
what I mean. But
give it time.
Yeah, man. But like, Super is definitely a big icon here in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. And when I first started, I didn't expect Super to be that big when he came down. When he came down to the Virgin Islands, I didn't expect Super to be that big at all.
But Super been DJing for years. I met Super here.
When I met Super, when I come in, I met Super. That's when I know he was linked to DJ Pete. And
you didn't know there was all that.
I didn't know.
Right.
Didn't know. I thought I was still young at the time. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I was like, yo, that's crazy, because I DJ for a couple of Pete events and stuff. I'm like, wow. That's a crazy small world, man.
Small world.
So that's like now, like when people normally see me. There are some people that normally tell me I like the next Super Tech, representing the VA. Yeah, but I have my own part too. You know what I mean? I mean, that's good that I will be.
Well, they consider you, in that level.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, Super is always he's family and everything. I can always tell, hey, Super is my mentor. I can always tell people that Super is my mentor, regardless the fact Super was the only one to give me music.
Right.
When I first came, Super was the only one to give me music.
Wow.
He don't give nobody music.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
You check?
Yeah.
The only man he give music to. Yeah, man. Wow. So it's like, yo, like after that, them creates, styling up my style. I style them up myself. He have a lot of stuff in there. I had to delete because I had a couple of dub plates.
Right.
Yeah.
But, when you give music, you stand the chance.
I had to delete.
Hopefully the people respect you enough to not to use your own.
I can't play his dub plates. I have to give respect for Tupac. So for Super, especially, you know what I mean? Yeah. But if I ever have a time where I will work with Super, I will work with him.
Gotcha.
Definitely work with him.
Gotcha. Well, folks, DJ Yowdy right here on Take 5 with yours truly, Ricovibes, representing St. Thomas,
U.S. Virgin Islands.
All right, and we'll catch you next time. Shout out to anybody you want to shout out before you go.
I want to shout out to Austin Mystic Sounds, DJ Super Tech, Unruly Unique Sounds. I want to shout out to Shatter the Foreigner, DJ Wayne, DJ Silent. Big up to all my Small Island Massive. I want to big up to everybody from back home. Like I say, man, it's all about pushing yourself, being out there, you know what I mean, shining the light. Because you don't want to stop your grind, man. Like, don't stop no matter what. Don't listen to what nobody have to say. Because at the end of the day, they don't control your future, dog. You know what I mean? You control your future. Don't let them be in charge of you. You be in charge of them. That's all I got to say.
Well said. And on that note, we'll catch you on the next edition of Take 5.
I'm so proud to be from the VI, a place of history like the African side.